Hi everyone. So I did a video a little while back about starting solids in infants, and I thought it might be helpful to talk about kind of foods for older infants and really toddlers, so kind of finger foods. I get asked a lot about different ideas for foods that toddlers might like. The biggest message that I tell parents is they can eat what you are eating. So if you are having a healthy choice for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, give them what's on your plate. The more that they're exposed to the meals that you guys are having, the less separate meals you will be making. It can be frustrating to get into the habit, and I have been there myself, of cooking separate dinners because your 2-year-old will not eat what you're eating. So the more that you expose them to what's on your plate, the easier your life will be. Some of the nutrient requirements for toddlers. So toddlers need iron-rich foods. Iron is important for immune system function. It is used to make hemoglobin, which is part of red blood cells. So good iron-rich foods for babies: meats, spinach, cereals. So a lot of cereals are fortified with iron, raisins, dried fruits, tuna. Toddlers need a lot of fat. So fat is really important for brain development. So keep that in mind. Protein is important for muscle development, bone development, hair, skin, nails, and then calcium. Calcium is huge, good for bone and teeth development. So those are some of the nutrients that we think about when we're thinking about what to give our toddlers to eat. How much food do they need? I get asked that a lot too. They really don't need a ton. They actually need less per meal than infants do. So a lot of families worry that the toddler is just picking at their meals and not eating that much volume of food. And I always tell families, as long as the child's growing well on their curve, don't worry about forcing them to finish what's on their plate. Trust that they will eat as much as they need to grow. So some ideas of what to give your toddler day to day. So one thing is milk. Babies less than 12 months don't need any cow's milk. They can stick with breast milk or formula. But once they're past 1, you can give cow's milk, and we recommend whole milk because it has the good fat for brain development. They should drink their milk from a sippy cup. They don't need to drink it from a bottle because we're going to tell you to start thinking about getting rid of that bottle. Fruits are a wonderful finger food for toddlers. So raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, peaches, pears, watermelon. Avocado is a really good fruit that has a lot of fat in it, which is good for babies. And then dried fruits are wonderful. So prunes have a ton of fiber in them, and so that's a great choice to help prevent constipation. Vegetables, expose them to vegetables early and often, and they're great finger foods. So little cut up potatoes, cut up baked sweet potatoes, peas, green beans. You can even just buy one of those frozen vegetable medleys that you can get at the grocery store that have peas and carrots and corn, and just kind of steam those and put them on the high chair and let them kind of pick at those. Cooked carrots, cooked broccoli, cooked cauliflower, zucchini. They're wonderful sides for meals. Cheese is also wonderful. Toddlers love cheese. I think we all love cheese. Not too much cheese because it'll make them constipated, but little bits of cheese is great sources of calcium and protein, vitamin D. Cottage cheese is another good one. Yogurt is great. Greek yogurt is awesome because it has more protein per serving. So if you're looking for extra protein, you can do Greek yogurt instead of plain yogurt, although any yogurt is wonderful. Nuts and nut butter. I talked a little bit about this when I talked about starting solids, but nut butter and nuts are excellent sources of protein and fats, which is good. Early and frequent introduction for kids that are not high risk for allergy. is important. So what that means is giving peanut butter early is actually been shown to prevent development of allergy. But yeah, toast with peanut butter, using peanut butter to allow kids to dip pretzels in and things like that. So that's a really good snack. And then other forms of protein. So chicken and beans are really simple forms of protein for toddlers. And they're really easy finger foods. So as far as chicken goes, you can just bake a piece of chicken. You don't even have to give them chicken nuggets. And then give them little strips of the chicken pulled. Black beans, kidney beans. Fish is a really good source of protein and vitamin D. Eggs are huge. They're so easy. Scrambled eggs, hard-boiled eggs are wonderful sources of protein and fat and iron. So think about that. Other ideas for protein: meatballs, meatloaf, ground beef, ground turkey, bits of hamburger, pulled pork. And these are all things you're probably having with your dinner. So just give them what's on your plate. Toddlers love carbs. I think we all love carbs. So good carbs ideas: toast, butter toast, bagels, crackers, graham crackers, Cheerios, rice, pancakes, waffles. Those are just kind of good sides. Careful not giving too much carbs because they will fill up on it. And last but not least, I know it's not a food, but water is really important. So water is really the majority of what they need to be drinking. So offer water in a sippy cup often. There's no need for juice. Juice has a lot of sugar and they don't need it. So those are just some thoughts on toddler foods. Hopefully it was helpful, and let us know if you have questions.